Yes. Yes.
There are places in the galaxy, strong in the Force, light, dark. They are born in places teeming with life, and in places that are filled with death. Worlds whose surfaces are graveyards, whose screams echo through the Force. It is possible for war, for men to give birth to such places, to leave wounds on the galaxy itself. What you heard was the echo of the past, and it travels still. Of course, that is the nature of echoes. And when there is a wound in the Force, it rarely leaves the life around it untouched. The answer will come to you in time. It must, when there is nothing more that you may learn from me, when the ruins of your past have been cleared away and I am no more, then you shall know what it is. And if you do not, then the galaxy shall die, and all my hopes for you will have been for nothing.
Yes.
Very well. The Jedi, you may have already, others may come with. Very well. That crystal is most interesting. Your crystal, is there something else you... He spared the milk, keep his slave. It is a technique, it cannot. Perhaps you... And... If...
Yes.
That, let me focus. There is the...
My life. My mouth, there is... You, even if...
Look, I didn't want to say anything. I've heard about the Force and what it does to people who can't control it. That's what you think. Trust me, there's a reason you're changed. I can't help but feel it. All of us can. Whatever that witch is doing to you, she's dragging you down into whatever hole she crawled out of. Well, you're starting to get creases. Almost thought you were that old witch for...
Yeah, what do you... I thought... Here you go. Now... Already gave... Now... What have you run?
business is...
I am the new Mandalore. I have reclaimed the Mandalore's helmet, lost after our defeat at Revan's hand. Assemble the rest of your clan. You will return to Duxton.
And if I take that helmet from you, guess that makes me the new Mandalore. I've always wanted to be called that. I know all about your exploits, Mandalore. We have fallen far in the past years, but even still, I will not stand idly while a usurper claims to be my leader.
It is unfortunate that you feel that way. Perhaps I'll be able to change your mind.
We'll see about...
Takers. No, Mandalore. I have no desire to spill any more Mandalorian.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what do you... I am Mandalore, but I will not be... Now we're... I know Dantooine wasn't secret enough. Now we're...
You're one of those cursed soldiers that tore up...
I once fought for the Republic, and it all meant...
It was so kind of you to help out Nadar and Adana. Life is much easier without the exchange. If you want to find out what's going on, talk to Hussein.
I used to serve in the Mandalorian Wars.
Kotor's
Another Mandalorian. You're welcome to join us. Our clan has traveled here.
I'm not here for any mercenary work.
Mandalore.
I intend to wreck...
I have no doubt that you believe that anyone could buy a helmet from us. And the last time Mandalore traveled in the company of non-Mandalorians, we were pledged to Exar Kun. A Jedi? I heard rumors from Isis about Mandalorian sightings on very well, Mandalore. Mark, excuse us.
Simu and Dasarans, Krema Sukun Ratundala, Chawi Moju.
fought countless battles. One, I may have been stronger in my youth. Now it's... the report... Only Revan was worthy of our respect. We swept through the outer rim. Only then did the battle turn. But... then the Jedi... now it's... you fought with Revan. been in the Jedi Order. Things that are common knowledge to you, or we only knew what we had seen in holovids and from our experience with Exar Kun. And by that time, he was completely a Sith. We thought we would triumph easily over such noble and compassionate leaders. What did you think of us? And that is how we thought of you. Not of the Jedi in particular, but you turned a demoralized, defeated mess into a coordinated army. You brought tactics, backbone. Ever consider the Sith would have been nothing more than a border skirmish against the might of my clans. We would have brought a new age of strength and expansion to the Republic, with a wealth of the core worlds providing arms and warships to fuel our growth. Instead, the Republic won. Look around you. Look at what your precious victory has brought you. I ask you this. Just think about it. Now is there some... You fought with... What is... I suppose... Now... Yeah, what do you... Only rep... I mean, up now... Yes.
There is something we must discuss. Sure, it is a sign of the dark side. Fear you. It is never too late to choose your path. Be mindful of that. There is always hope for you. And redemption. Very well. What is it you wish to know? There is something... It is... There is something... It is never too late...
Something up? Our...
true war. A quiet thing, a whisper, which shot her into the darkness.
Have to figure out how to make use of it.
Who needs to be Sith?
That no one has sunk lower than you. That you are truly the most miserable example of a Jedi ever.
We've hit the ground. This is Korriban. Why would one of the Jedi you're looking for come here?
It seems quiet. There's great power in this.
There is much that would draw a Jedi to this place. The resting grounds of the ancient and more recently departed Sith contain many teachings believed lost. The most likely place to find our lost Jedi is the ruins of the old academy. As lifeless as it seems, the dark side is very strong here. The Sith Lords would not ignore such a powerful place. There is much that can be learned, even here. After Malak and his army were defeated, instead of restoring order to Korriban, Revan suddenly departed, leaving both her destination and reasons for leaving a mystery. It took a year or two for the Republic to send a force here to deal with any Sith that may have remained. They found Korriban much as we have, barren and lifeless. It was assumed that the remnants of the Sith turned on each other, vying for what little power remained. The Republic found evidence that several Sith Lords escaped Korriban, fleeing to remote sections of the galaxy. As lifeless as it seems, the dark side is very strong here. The Sith Lords would not ignore such a powerful place. If you walk Korriban... I cannot. This place is strong with the dark side. It is difficult to center myself here. Korriban holds few secrets from me, but much that you should learn. Perhaps not, but I would caution you to guard your feelings carefully here. Korriban attacks the spirit and the body, and there have been few who can fight its power. I will remain here and admit the Academy is a dark energy filled. The structures you see around you are the plundered tombs of the ancient Sith lords. Each tomb was once infused with the history and heritage of the old Sith Empire, containing great mysteries and powerful relics of the Force. However, even the many traps could not long hold back the curious, the fools, and the weak, and so these tombs fell, spilling their secrets into the hands of those unable to comprehend or preserve them.
Master.
The broken corpses before you are all that remain of the Sith on Korriban. I doubt there is much to be gained from looting these bodies. It would be best to leave them be. This was the tomb of Sion, known as the greatest lightsaber duelist of the Sith Lords. His skill was considered remarkable even in his time, when many true lightsaber masters lived. If you were to face an ancient Sith Lord in combat, you would learn that we are as children playing with toys compared to the prowess of the old masters. That is unknown, but supposedly he created a holocron to teach his technique to other Sith. The holocron would have been laid to rest in his tomb. Unfortunately, Tulak Horde's tomb was among the first penetrated by the grave robbers of the new Sith Order. If the holocron has survived, I doubt anyone living would know its location. Ahead lies the tomb of Nar Shadaa, successor to Marka Ragnos, and the Sith Lord responsible for nearly conquering the Republic in the Great Hyperspace War a millennia ago. More recently, this tomb was where Revan confronted Uthar Vin, the leader of the Sith Academy. When Revan left Korriban, the Sith Academy was thrown into turmoil. With their leader gone, many fought for the right to rule. And so, the Sith here turned on each other, resulting in the carnage you can see covering the surface of this valley. Before you is the tomb of the great Sith Lord, Marka Ragnos, a half-breed who possessed tremendous strength, both physically and in the Force. Ragnos held power for over a century, using his cunning to turn his enemies against each other. His death left a great vacuum of power. We're standing close to the spot where Nar Shadaa first confronted Ludo Kresh to vie for domination of the Sith. Their struggle nearly resulted in a civil war that would have torn the Sith apart before they ever threatened the Republic. Yes, it is the way of the Sith. They must continually test their strength against each other, even if it means destroying themselves. As fate would have it, a pair of hyperspace explorers from Sinagar landed on Korriban. Nar Shadaa manipulated the Sith into believing they were a sign of impending Republic invasion. This fear resonated with many Sith who were discontent with the lack of expansion of the Sith Empire during the reign of Marka Ragnos. Thus, Nar Shadaa became Ragnos' successor. This way leads to the tomb of Ajanta Pall, a fierce Sith Lord. According to legend, the blade proved more fearsome than the Master, leading to his demise. Ajanta's dark spectre lived on through the centuries until Revan entered the Sith Lord's tomb in search of the blade. Revan sent Ajanta Pall's spirit into oblivion and claimed the blade for herself. Unknown. Some have suggested that the blade led Revan to her demise, as it did Ajanta Pall. That is only speculation, however. Where Revan wanders now is knowledge that only Revan holds. Here, you can just barely see the Sith archaeologists' efforts to uncover relics of the ancients. The new Sith Order sought to progress quickly by finding objects of power. I can only imagine what was lost forever due to the carelessness of these excavators. Now the excavation has been almost completely undone by 5 years of wind and sand. So does Korriban protected secrets.
Listen. The wind...
Observation. This cave is infested with Shyracks.
There is great power and dark energy within this cave. I would advise you to finish your explorations within the Academy before venturing into the cave.
Ready to serve.
My life is yours.
This will fall.
dark Jedi left her impression.
It has been months since Revan's full memories returned, and unrest grows amongst the Sith. They're convinced Revan will not return, so they fight amongst themselves. The betrayals mount, and no matter who wins, the Sith will lose. There is no one left with the power to control the Forge, though many have tried. I've watched them be devoured, their life drained from them as they attempt to tap into its power. Knowing what we do of the Builders and their fate, I'm convinced that Revan did not intend us to keep the Star Forge. To use it would mean the end of the Sith, and the end of the Force. I have done as Revan asked and remained here, but she has been gone for too long. I will wait no longer. Whoever survives this Sith civil war should not be one I wish to follow. There is only Revan. Only she can shape this galaxy as it is meant to be shaped. She lives still. This I know. If she will not return, then I shall find her and discover why. I cannot remain here not knowing, but become certain there is something she remembered in the unknown regions. It is a technique she learned fighting the Mandalorians that allowed her to convert the last of the Jedi who fought beside her, and to murder those who had not. And she fears it is still out there, and silent for far too long. It has been months. It is...
Ready to serve.
you
Observation. This body has been dead no more than an hour.
Oh, yes. I felt this gentleman's death shortly after we arrived on Korriban.
Yes, Master.
How may I serve?
Did you come here for answers? There are none. The call of Korriban is strong, but it is the call of the dead. I have studied you, immersed myself in you. I know the paths you walked in exile. I know your teacher. I know the fires that raged upon the Duxon moon while the Republic died around you. You know war. You know battle. And I know of Malachor. You know what it means to be broken. The one who travels with you will destroy you, as she did me. I can end it before it begins. I know her as an apprentice knows their master, and as a master knows an apprentice. I want her to die and see all that she has built cast down, all that she holds dear in shards at her feet. You are a wretched thing, a thing of weakness and fear. You are her apprentice in name only. I am the master, and that is why you will die. harm her. I command it. She has earned the... She...
Ready to serve.
How may I serve?
Did you... She clings to hope that perhaps she can train one as great as her first. She is a fool who escaped death once. She will not do so again. You are a wretch, and that is why you will die.
Not here, while Korriban runs through him.
Do not harm her. I command it. She has earned this. She and I will meet.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.